would you believe that this little thing that I'm holding is the deadliest thing in the world? This little tiny thing is a cigarette. This cigarette can cut your life short and hurt your body in many ways that we can't even imagine. I believe that smoking is a real problem here in America, and it needs to be taken away. But there are solutions to this problem that will save millions of lives in the future. After doing research and talking to other people that I know who have smoked their whole lives, I feel that it is possible to solve this problem. The information that I will be going over today will be mainly about how smoking affects people and how it also affects the body, and how this problem can be solved. Now we can dig into the statistics of the effects of smoking. America has smoked for a long time, but with that being said, that means many people have also died from smoking. According to the ASH, also known as Action Against Smoking and Health, 36.5 million people in America are currently smoking cigarettes, which sounds like a lot, but is only 15% of the population. The ASH also said that every 4.5 seconds, someone dies from smoking either a smoking-related illness or complication. Although, the big question is, why do people start smoking? Well, explained in an article from a website called smokefree.gov says that the reason people start to smoke is because A, they are trying to relieve stress, B, they do it for pleasure, and 3, it's just social status. Once people start smoking, though, it becomes very difficult for them to stop because in cigarettes, there is many chemicals, but the main one that is most concerning is a chemical called nicotine. And nicotine goes into depth Smoke Free also goes into depth about nicotine and says that out of the 36.5 million people that smoke in America, 80 to 90% of those people that are smoking are addicted to nicotine. Now, that the problem of smoking is known, the solution of the problem can now be introduced. Smoking needs to stop, plain and simple, but here are some ways to stop America from smoking for good. The first step, raise the price. If we raise the price of smoking, it will be much harder for the people to afford it. They'll have to cut costs, and hopefully they just cut smoking out and not other things. But with that being said, this is from an article called Stat, if the prices was raised, people would start realizing, hey, I can't afford this, I need to stop. And they'll either go to another alternative that's cheaper maybe, or they will just try and stop themselves, stop it completely. Next, the ALA, also known as the American Lung Association, said in an article that something the government could help with in the case of stopping Americans from smoking would be strengthen the restriction of sales, manufacturing, and marketing. And this seems pretty simple. Money, fixes everything, I guess. So if the government were to do this, it would help with people stop thinking about smoking because there'll be less advertisement. You walk around and then there's just smoking signs everywhere. Cigarettes over here, lowest in the state, or what have you. All of this leads to, hey, you know what? Cigarette, you're right, I do need cigarettes, or it gets people thinking about it. And that's just not good. If they cut down on how much they would make cigarettes, maybe people that smoke 2 packs a day or 1 pack a day can only, now that there's a shortage of cigarettes, maybe they can only smoke half a pack a day, or eventually get down to 0. You can't just completely cold turkey it. It's tough. So just gradually getting off of cigarettes is the best way to approach it. Now, with all that being, the cigarettes being cut down and how much people smoke, all that, with all that being said, and all this information that I have provided earlier, we can now reflect on our whole plan as a whole to help America stop smoking. With 15.1% of the American population smoking, this is clearly a problem for America, although it will be tough. A tough problem to tackle. Many professionals have helped map out a plan to lower the percentage drastically with the help of the government and funding to cut down on production and sales and marketing. With this plan, I hope you will jump on board and be a part of the movement to stop America from smoking.